I'm in a really good mood today because just before coming on to film a Reddit critique video, I went and had a look at our subreddit. It shows me that we've got 16.5 or nearly 16,500 members, which is insane to me anyway. But also, for some reason, I'm in the top 5% of subreddits ranked by size. Like, how many subreddits are there really? So that has made me really happy to be doing a Reddit today. Let's critique and let's see what you've got. Top of this week, 66 upvotes from Floloppi. I made a logo for a fictional kids clothing brand called Luna and Love. Fictional kids clothing brands. Again, whenever I'm sort of looking at a logo, I need context as to what you're designing and who's it for. So you've got your target audience, the sort of age range of them, and the kind of products that you will be selling. And that will help me determine a bit more about what I would see in the brief and how the logo would react to that specific type of customer or that audience. You did that all very clearly and concisely there, and first impressions are, it's good. I like it. To dive a bit deeper into it than that, the typeface is a huge part of showing whether it's serious or not so serious. I've shown this like before on the channel where we talk about solicitors or lawyers and then a nursery, for instance. If they both had like a building and they have a sign on top of their building, is that sign going to have Comic Sans as the font of lawyers? I don't think so. And vice versa. You wouldn't put like Times New Roman or Dido on a nursery sign. It would just look way too weird and creepy, and no one would trust those solicitors. So that's the first thing I look at. The second thing is the imagery of the design. When we talk about kid branding, such as, I don't know, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, those are the most famous ones that are popping to mind. You'll see that they're very simplistic and they're very human. They're not too polished. You know, Nickelodeon, that's a very famous logo design. It's very blobby, rounded, which sort of signifies obviously goo, but also friendliness. And here you've got a mixture of both because you've got to target the parents and the kids. So Luna and Love, I really like that. Really cool name, and you've got the love heart in there too. It's very story driven in this. The only thing is the branding around it is very dark, and I can understand why, the main color being that night sky blue. Again, that's not a bad thing at all. I would just say maybe play around with different colors. Let's see what you guys thought about this one. Very likable, minimalistic, simple and kids friendly front end design. Well done. I really like the mock-ups that you've used as well throughout this. I think it looks great. I would like to see some clothing though. If you were to present this to a client, maybe ask for a piece of their clothing, or if you have the ability to, create a mock-up out of it. I've made a video recently, which I'll link down below, of how you create mock-ups for your clients. I mean, it's a bit different with clothing. You'd have to use displacement maps. You get the gist. Okay, the next one, Animal Planet logo concept. It was only recent that the Animal Planet logo was redesigned. In fact, I prefer the redesign so much more. It is very minimal. The animation that comes with it is very nice as well. The logo designer, you all know who he is. Amazingly talented, knows what he's talking about. Now with this one, I can get it a lot. I can get behind it as well. You've got a few things in there. You've got a giraffe, bird and an elephant. Elephant's a big icon of Animal Planet. It's very exotic. It's very noticeable in elephants. It's very easy to see and memorize. When I think of Animal Planet, obviously it is the elephant, which is in the current redesign, but with you've chosen a few different animals and placed them in the world. Now, only problem with that is that I'm going to start harping on about scalability. Scalability is a huge factor when it comes to logo design, especially one that's on TV. You've got to think that that logo is going to be there nearly all the time as a show is playing, and even in the adverts it'll be in the bottom right corner or the top left corner depending on which country you're in. Now with this, that would work fine, but when you get smaller and smaller, you're going to find it hard to distinguish those animals in the design. Although nothing bad about the animals in the design, you're just going to find it a bit more difficult. Here's a good example. You've actually given the redesigns throughout. So 1996 to 2006, yep, this is the one that, I was brought up with kind of, this one looked great. From 2018, this is the one that we currently have in the personal concept. Now, the only thing about your personal concept that I think would be a problem is that scalability. Obviously, you've got the elephant in there, but it doesn't really work on a small scale. Can't see the animals. Animal Planet, the one that we've got now, you've got to think that the reason why it's so rounded there is because it's supposed to be like a planet as well. Obviously, it's just a simplified shape of an elephant all the way through. It's got movement in there, and it kind of looks a bit more professional than the other ones that they used to have. This Animal Planet one here from 2008 to 2018. This one was really kiddie. It's made for children, basically. Either way, I think you've done a good job. Let's see what you guys thought about this. I like the icon, but I don't think you need to do a lot of tweaking to incorporate the animals. But the problem I have is not with the icon itself, it's more to do with the word mark. In contrast to the animals and the space between them, the font is spaced out way more, and the overall font just doesn't look right. Might have a point there. Yeah, the Animal Planet one, it looks way too formal, and the reason why the current logo, the elephant logo that we have now, isn't, you know, in caps at the start, is to give that more friendly, casual approach to the design. Okay, the next one. This is my company's logo. I work as a consultant in GIS. In a nutshell, it's maps. First of all, really like this design. It's very clever and it works well for the specific use case that you have. Other point is, for some reason, it reminds me of Steam or Valve or one of those designs. I'm not going to pull it up, but just keep that in mind. If you change the color to this sort of dark blue gray, you might have that issue. GIS solutions at the bottom, it's a bit scaled, a bit too small there. Before I go further along the logos that you already have, I'm going to assume that the icon will move to the left here. You've tried to do it down here. I've seen it here. Personally, this idea works better is in composition way. Good composition with a logo design like this when it's stacked is super important. The icon and everything should be well balanced together, and the way that you do this is essentially take this icon, make it the same size as this here, as the rectangle that these two make, and you would have a more concise design, one that fits more appropriately. Saying that, I really do like the concept. It works really well. It's scalable as well to a point, but I will remind you that you've got some discrepancies, if that's the word. You've got some things that I would change personally. These dots here should be a bit smaller personally, because I like to have the same thickness or roughly the same thickness of these valves to the counterpart of the dot. But good design nonetheless. Now, before I get into the next part, I just want to thank the sponsor of this video, Milanote. Graphic design is messy, especially at the early stages. You start out with a mix of inspiration, ideas, and not a great deal of structure. This is an important stage where true creativity happens. Fortunately, things can get out of control pretty quickly. Milanote, though, is a tool to help keep the early stages of your project on track. From gathering inspiration to the final sign-off from the client, it's a visual extension of your brain. Milanote is a little bit different to traditional software. It's more like working on the wall of a creative studio, allowing you to gather inspiration, write creative briefs, put together mood board style guides, and collect client feedback all in that one place. The flexible drag and drop interface allows you to arrange things in whatever way makes sense for you and your brain. Boards can be a private place to think, or a shared workspace for collaboration with clients or a wider team. You're in total control on what people see and what they do. Milanote helps you organize these creative projects with ease, so give it a try on your next project by signing up for free using the link in the description below. The next one, Red Zebra Whiskey. Hi all, love the feedback here, and I would love to share my latest project. Would appreciate any and all thoughts. Okay, let's have a look. First of all, this doesn't look like a whiskey brand to me, straight off the back. This looks better. This is what should be the headline image. Every time that you present your work, make sure it's in context. I know it's different, or a lot of designers may think it's different on the subreddit, because we are all designers and we can all sort of see how it would look on a whiskey bottle. And I was literally about to say that that would look great on a whiskey bottle. So make sure that the mock-up, the actual image of the context of the design is there, because that's how you sell it. So I'm not going to look at these other ones. They look great. You've got the zebra there, all the working out, which is good. This is what I'm looking at. I really like the idea of it. Obviously, it looks more like a donkey or a dog right now. That's because of the nose, and that's not me having a go or being nasty. It's just an observation that I've had. I love the typeface. It's very new. It's very different to a normal whiskey as well. I like that. The composition on the bottle is great too. You've got the imagery of the red zebra. I like it. This is the type of brand that could go very far in the drinks industry, I believe. It's very noticeable, so when you're walking past it in a liquor store or in Tesco, this will be something that you would look at. I buy whiskey, I love bourbon. This will be something that stops me in my tracks and would make me want to purchase it. So, no, I like this a lot. I'm going to give you an award for this. I'm going to give you the 500, the gold award for a great design. Well done. Next one, Franctory logo design. Okie dokie. I'm not seeing any memes in this video. Last time we had a couple memes towards the end. If you want to post some design memes, feel free. Just go for it. So this is a hot dog stand, I'm guessing. I like the way that you've gone with the whole, mortuary, old style church aesthetic there. Sanctuary, we got the hot dog stand, the chapel with hot dog, crucifix, hot dogs at the bottom. Dude, this is a really clever design. Is there any context in the comments? Please be context. I mean, this post would have done so well. You would have got an award from me on this post if you showed mock-ups of this on a hot dog assets. Hot dog assets, like the boxes that you get hot dogs in, napkins, drinks, things like that. That would have been cool. The design itself works pretty well. It doesn't make a perfect circle though, and I'm struggling to know as to why you've chosen to make hot dog slightly scaled down version of the typeface of Sanctuary, which is annoying me slightly because you could easily just change that with adding another hot dog at the bottom, or just making the hot dog a bit different at the bottom of the circle there. I want this to be mirrored, kind of. I like the idea that hot dog is at the bottom and it reads well. Yeah, I like the 2019, those are sort of the emblems that we get. Pretty normal for those like vintage style designs, but just change that hot dog bit at the bottom and it would be perfect. And also show some mock-ups. It would be amazing. So dude, well done. Dudette, whoever you are, I don't mind. Well done. I like it a lot. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, then please press the subscribe button down below. A lot of you don't, but either way, you're watching this, so there's another video over here. I think it's over here. Yeah, it's over here somewhere. Go and watch one of these other Reddit videos. We post twice a week, every single week. Always one of those is going to be a Reddit for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Pew.